A young man fell deeply in love with a girl and changed himself to become a better person for her. When he discovered she was cheating on him, he got involved with another girl. However, he soon realized that his feelings for his ex-girlfriend were still strong and decided to go back to her. From here, troubles began to emerge in his life. The film opens with a 17-year-old named Tyler, living a life many would envy. He lives near the California coast, attends school with the best friends in town, has a lovely girlfriend, and works a high-paying busboy job at a restaurant. Tyler enjoys his high school life full of fun and happiness. A really girlfriend is named Allison, and she moved to their town 6 months ago. Tyler fell for her instantly and spent his days working and his evenings hanging out at the beach and partying with Allison and their friends. It was the last week of summer vacation before school started again. Tyler parked his truck outside Allison's house and went in to see her. Allison hid to surprise him. As Tyler searched the house for her, Allison jumped out and startled him. Tyler was completely smitten with Allison, and her love changed him. Allison even convinced Tyler to join a yoga class, something he never thought he would agree to before. After the yoga class ended, Tyler and Allison met Gil, who was working at a food truck. Gil teased Tyler for joining the yoga class and changing so much since Allison came into his life. Later, Tyler walked home with his sister Tiffany after her soccer practice, and he praised Tiffany's performance on the field, which made her very happy. Tiffany wished their mom could be there to cheer her on. Tyler kindly handed his sister a bag of snacks. Tiffany said she wanted to go home for dinner. When they got home, Tyler opened the fridge and saw it was filled with spoiled food and unhealthy frozen meals, making him feel disappointed because their mom was too busy to cook them a fresh meal. Tyler decided to make scrambled eggs for both of them. While they were having dinner together, Tiffany asked if he had plans to go out tonight and if he would be going with his girlfriend. Tyler teased Tiffany a bit but warned her not to let Mom know. Tiffany promised to keep this secret. Then he left when Mom returned home. Tyler and Gil waited outside in Tyler's car to pick Allison up for the party. When Allison stepped out, Gil looked at her and cautioned Tyler not to ruin their relationship. The three of them arrived at the party and were warmly welcomed by Lydia, another friend. After a while, everyone was busy and enjoying the party. Tyler watched Allison from a distance as she chatted with her other friends. That moment, a guy approached Allison, hugged her, and lifted her up joyfully as they met again. Allison was a bit surprised to see him there. His name was Chase, an old friend from Allison's days in San Francisco. Chase asked Allison why she looked so serious. Seeing this, Tyler quickly stepped in to rescue Allison, asking if she was okay. Allison replied that everything was fine, briefly introducing the two guys, and swiftly pulled Tyler away from there, not wanting to stay with Chase. When only the two of them were left, Tyler asked Allison about the guy from earlier. Allison quickly changed the subject and asked Tyler to get her a Diet Coke. Tyler went to the drinks table to fetch it for her. While Tyler was getting the drink, Chase approached and stood next to him, starting to talk about Allison. Tyler had no clue about Allison's past, so when Chase mentioned how Allison used to be a wild party girl who was easygoing, Tyler felt angry hearing those things. Knowing about his girlfriend's intimate interactions with others made him truly furious. Tyler left Chase and went to the bathroom to calm down. While waiting, he noticed a beautiful girl with bright blonde hair also in line, and they struck up a conversation. The girl shared that she had just been stood up, and Tyler could empathize, having just experienced feeling humiliated himself. The girl introduced herself as Holly. As time passed, Allison couldn't find Tyler anywhere, so she went searching for him. Finally, she found him sitting in the living room, looking sad and somewhat tipsy. When reflecting on the recent events, Tyler still felt sad about the situation with Chase and Allison not explaining anything about Chase. Allison tried to change the subject, but Tyler insisted that he felt betrayed because Allison had slept with Chase but hadn't done the same with him. In anger, Tyler stood up and called Chase outside, causing a scene. Despite Chase urging him to calm down, Allison felt embarrassed by Tyler's actions. Later, Allison pulled Tyler outside. The two started arguing. Allison asked Tyler to go home because he was causing a disturbance. Tyler couldn't accept this, and the argument escalated. In the end, Allison told Tyler that it was over between them, and they broke up. Tyler angrily stormed out of the house. Outside, he saw Holly sitting in a car that wasn't hers. When she asked, Tyler sadly said he had just been dumped. Holly invited Tyler to join her, and he didn't hesitate to hop into the car. They drove away from the party, Tyler feeling down while Holly tried to cheer him up. They went to a nightclub, danced, and grew closer. They had a memorable night together. If you find this movie interesting, comment 1. If not, comment 0. The next morning, Tyler woke up in a stranger's house, feeling headache and confusion as he tried to remember what happened. Tyler checked to see if his phone battery had died yet. Looking out the window, he saw a breathtaking scene that left him stunned. Leaving the room, he admired the surrounding landscape. Then, he went looking for Holly in the luxurious mansion where he was staying. Tyler was puzzled because he didn't know where he was. Finally, he found Holly in the living room, sitting on the floor and looking at the photo she had taken. Tyler sat down next to Holly and asked her about this house's location. Holly explained that she had been looking after the house all summer and was still amazed by its enormity. Tyler looked at the photos and complimented her. Holly blushed shyly, appearing mysterious and somewhat enigmatic to Tyler. Two spent the entire weekend together in that large house. They drank wine, swam, and went hiking together by the poolside. Tyler couldn't believe he had enough money to do these things. Holly told him that her dad loved having a big pool in the house, but he passed away long ago, and all his life, he just knew how to work. Holly felt sad about that, and the two started sharing more. Holly told Tyler about her stepmother, who didn't care about her at all. Tyler told Holly about his family, his absent father, and his hard-working mother. He said his little sister depended a lot on him. He had never brought Allison to meet his family because he didn't think she would understand. She came from a completely different world. Meanwhile, Holly and Tyler spent more time sharing with each other, and they gradually got to know each other better. Holly told Tyler that she really liked the feeling of being with him, and that she could be herself when she was with him. She suggested that she should move to Los Angeles and live with Tyler so he could forget everything about Allison. Tyler jokingly said maybe she should do that. Then, they spent some time together as night fell. However, Tyler told Kelly he had to go home. He told Holly that tonight was special to him. Holly felt sad when Tyler left. When Tyler got home, he plugged in and turned on his phone and he received a series of messages, including one from Allison. Immediately, Tyler messaged back that he would call her the next morning and apologize. The next day, Tyler stood outside Allison's house waiting for her. When she appeared, she wasn't angry anymore. Tyler began to apologize, but Allison said she understood why he acted that way at the party that night. Tyler explained that he didn't like how Chase talked about her, and that made Tyler angry. Allison confessed to Tyler about her past in San Francisco, admitting she wasn't a saintly and innocent girl. She had attended many parties and had a relationship with Chase. She explained that her parents had moved her to a new city so she could change her way of life. She told him that the reason she couldn't get close to him was because she wanted to make sure her feelings for him were right. She had never been with anyone she loved and cherished like him before. Tyler smiled, happy to hear that because he loved Allison too. After that, they made up and got back together, promising not to keep any more secrets. Tyler agreed, but he still hid his indiscretions from the previous night with Holly. Tyler returned to school after summer break, and Allison happily greeted their friends before class. Tyler and Allison kissed before parting ways. Then Tyler spotted Holly at school. He felt a bit awkward seeing her, but he didn't let Allison know. In class, Tyler was shocked to see Holly walk in and sit down nearby. He felt uneasy about her presence. He asked her what she was doing at school. Holly said her stepmother had decided to permanently move to the city, and from now on, Holly would be attending the same school as Tyler. She mentioned that she realized he had gotten back together with his girlfriend. Tyler grew anxious and didn't want Holly to reveal anything about their time together to anyone. Holly agreed and promised to keep their secret. After class, Tyler was sitting in the cafeteria when suddenly his friends appeared. Gil brought Holly over to their table and introduced her to Tyler's friends. Gil met her in biology class, and Tyler started to worry, especially when she mentioned that she already knew Tyler from before. This alarmed Tyler. Then she explained that they had met in the first period, which made people laugh. But then Allison and Holly exchanged phone numbers and Allison invited Holly to hang out with them over the weekend. Holly had tickets to a concert that night and invited everyone to join. Everyone agreed, but Tyler did not. He didn't want to get close to Holly. After everyone left, Tyler texted Holly to meet him privately. When Tyler arrived, Holly was already waiting eagerly and tried to kiss him. Tyler stopped her and said they couldn't continue like this anymore. He told Holly that the night was great, but it was a mistake, and they couldn't repeat it because he had Allison. Holly didn't accept Tyler's rejection and accused him of lying to her and feeling betrayed. He tried to apologize and comfort her, but Holly was angry at his reaction. She told him he would regret this and stormed off, leaving Tyler completely surprised. Tyler woke up the next day to find a series of photos from Holly, including ones of her with Allison and Lydia at the party. She also apologized and sent him provocative photos of herself. Tyler couldn't understand why Holly was bothering him. Meanwhile, other girls at school were having fun and reminiscing about the memorable night they had. Lydia told Holly she had tried to find her on social media but couldn't. Holly hesitated for a moment and told her she had deleted her account a year ago to completely avoid social media. Allison understood this because she too had left her past behind to live the life she wanted. Afterwards, Allison took Holly to the restaurant where Tyler worked. When Tyler came to their table, Holly showed Allison the Polaroid photos she had taken. Allison looked closely at a photo of a shirtless man, his face not clearly visible. However, Tyler immediately recognized it was him, the photo he had taken during their weekend together. When Allison asked Holly about the guy in the photo, Tyler became anxious, but he breathed a sigh of relief when he saw Holly didn't say anything. Later, the three of them went to the beach where Gil was waiting. Holly took a photo of Tyler and Allison together. Allison was curious again about the guy in the photo, and Tyler tensed up as Holly began to talk about how she met him. Maurice never leaving Tyler. Holly still didn't reveal his name to anyone, which made Tyler breathe another sigh of relief. However, he couldn't stand how Holly always made him so worried. Eventually, Holly kissed Gil as she told everyone how she met the guy in the photo. Then Tyler and Gil drove Holly and Allison to Allison's house. Tyler wasn't too happy because he didn't want Allison to be alone with Holly, who always teased him about the secret they were hiding. Holly leaned back into the car, emphasizing the phrase girl talk, which made Tyler even more worried. Now, Holly is in Allison's room, wearing a pink sweater. Sitting in front of the makeup mirror, she sees a picture of Allison and Tyler, feeling jealous, and starts asking Allison about their relationship, wondering if they have become intimate. Allison admits that their relationship hasn't progressed to that level yet. Holly is happy to hear that but tries not to show it. Meanwhile, Tyler takes Gil home, but before he can leave, he holds back to talk. He confides in Gil about his relationship with Holly. Gil was surprised to hear that because Holly had kissed him earlier that day. Even though it was just a random gesture from Holly, Gil liked it. When Tyler tried to explain that Holly was approaching Gil and Allison to cause trouble, Gil didn't believe him. Tyler wanted to be honest with Allison, but Gil advised him not to. Tyler felt confused. That night, Holly slept over at Allison's house. Tyler continued to text Allison to ask if Holly had left yet. Allison told Holly about Tyler and praised him for being a good boyfriend, while Holly pretended to be Allison's close friend. Allison's mother came to check on them, looking concerned for Allison. The next morning, when Allison woke up, she noticed that Holly had been awake for a while and was staring at her unhappily. Clearly, something dark was going on in Holly's mind. One day when Tyler woke up, he saw Holly standing outside his house window. He felt uneasy and slightly worried to see her there and asked what she was doing. Holly acted innocent, saying she just wanted to be invited inside and meet his younger sister. When Tyler noticed the pink sweater she was wearing belonged to Allison, he jokingly asked if she had stolen it. Holly just laughed and said Allison didn't mind sharing her things with her, implying it included Tyler as well. Tyler grew concerned when Holly mentioned she had told Allison about their relationship, causing him to lose his composure and get angry. Then, Holly burst out laughing and said she was just kidding. Tyler, unable to keep up with her sudden changes, called her crazy. Holly felt offended by his words. Tyler asked her what else she had lied about. Holly just smiled and shrugged, implying that he wasn't the only one who could lie. Tyler couldn't understand Holly's behavior. One day he happened to overhear a conversation between Holly's stepmother and a career counselor. He approached the woman and politely introduced himself as a friend of Holly's. He discovered that Holly wasn't from Oakland, as she had claimed, but from San Diego. The woman described Holly as a good girl, but often feeling lonely because she frequently traveled for work away from home. She advised Tyler not to tell Holly about their conversation because she wouldn't be happy. Meanwhile, Allison shared her night with Holly with Lydia. Lydia felt something was off with Holly because she seemed strange and Lydia had a gut feeling about it. Allison didn't appreciate this as Lydia sounded like her mom. She told Lydia to give Holly a chance since she had just moved to the city. They didn't know Holly had overheard their entire conversation and she was unhappy about it. At lunchtime, Holly brought 3 smoothies, but something seemed amiss. She handed one to Lydia and one to Allison. Allison asked Holly why she left the house without saying anything, and Holly lied, saying she had a stomach ache. After Lydia drank her smoothie, she started having a reaction that led to a seizure and she passed out. Chaos ensued in the cafeteria and Allison rushed to help Lydia. Below, an ambulance was called. However, Tyler noticed that Holly just sat there, unaffected, and seemed unconcerned about her best friend potentially dying. Tyler witnessed this and ran over to comfort Allison. Later, Allison went with Lydia to the hospital, while Holly remained calm. Tyler felt something suspicious about Holly. He couldn't believe his eyes. He didn't trust Holly and couldn't sleep at night thinking about her. Tyler didn't know who to share his suspicions with, typing and deleting messages about Holly's danger. He suspected Holly's involvement in Lydia's attack. Finally, when he fell asleep, Tyler dreamed that Holly stabbed him with a knife. He woke up feeling scared and anxious. The next morning at school, Tyler was relieved to see Allison. He hugged her to comfort her as she still felt scared about Lydia's condition, even though she would be okay. However, Lydia almost died from the attack the day before. Allison was glad to have Tyler by her side. Meanwhile, Tyler was worried and confused about what to do with Holly. When Holly got home, she found out that her stepmother Corinne had returned. She wasn't happy to know that Corinne was making breakfast for them because Holly didn't like her. As Holly entered the kitchen, Corinne told her that she always stood by Holly. Holly responded indifferently, finding it hard to believe because her father had left. Corinne showed affection and told Holly that everything she had was also Holly's. However, Holly couldn't trust Corinne to be a good stepmother. Corinne was sad that Holly had missed her therapy appointments and had stopped taking medication. Holly felt uncomfortable with Corinne meddling in her life. Holly told Corinne that she didn't like the medication they gave her because it made her feel emotionally numb. Corinne thought this was a good thing, although it sometimes made Holly angry. She slowly advanced towards Corinne and pushed her into a corner. Then she discreetly took out a knife from behind. Holly threatened her stepmother and told her that she was very lovable. If she couldn't feel loved, she would rather die. Corinne was frightened by Holly's behavior and remained silent for the rest of the breakfast. Holly returned to her room alone, lit incense and candles around pictures of Tyler. She was haunted by him, every moment reminding her of him. Tyler feared that his dreams about Holly might come true. He sat with Gil when Gil mentioned that Holly hadn't been in touch for several days. Tyler brushed off his worry and reassured that she was surely fine and would show up soon. When they saw Holly and Allison talking upstairs at school, Gil pointed out to Tyler that Holly looked sad. Tyler went to investigate and encountered Allison coming towards him, telling him that Holly was pregnant. Tyler was shocked to hear this news. It couldn't be true, but Allison believed it because Holly had tried 4 times before. Later, Allison and Holly went out together at Holly's place. They sunbathed by the pool when Holly received a message from Tyler, but she ignored it. Allison asked if the sender was the one who got Holly pregnant, but Holly said they hadn't been in touch. Allison expressed anger at whoever did this to Holly. She advised Holly to contact him. Holly asked Allison what she would do if Allison were pregnant with Tyler's child. Allison said that was a big question she hadn't ever thought about. Holly expressed admiration for Allison and Tyler's relationship. She realized Allison had never met Tyler's family. She commented that his parents would surely be happy to meet Allison, which made Allison feel a bit sad because Tyler had never taken her to meet his family. One day Tyler was in his room when he heard someone talking to his sister. He stepped out and saw Holly standing there. Tyler was angry but couldn't do anything in front of his sister. Tiffany likes Holly and doesn't want Holly to leave, but he couldn't let Holly stay any longer after Tiffany left. As he pulled Holly out of the house, Holly thought Tiffany was a cute girl and sarcastically wondered why Tyler never introduced his girlfriend to Tiffany. Tyler said she's not his girlfriend. This made Holly angry, and she yelled at him in the face about getting her pregnant. Then he abandoned her. Tyler said he's only 17 years old and not wealthy. He can't support a child at this stage, but Holly didn't understand. She told him she knows Tyler loves her and he doesn't need to support her. Everything will be fine if they stay together. But Tyler couldn't accept that because he loves Allison. Tyler didn't know what to do. He told Holly it was a mistake. Then he walked away. Holly tried to hug him from behind, but Tyler pushed her away. Holly fell to the ground and hurt her lip. He made a left, warning her to stay away from him. Holly was angry, so she went to Allison's house and told her everything that happened. Holly cried and Allison sat her down on the bed. Holly even made a wound on the palm of her hand just to show Allison. This led to a confrontation with Tyler later on. Holly confessed to Allison about the person who got her pregnant. Meanwhile, Tyler visited Lydia in the hospital and asked if Holly knew. Lydia confirmed she did, and Tyler wanted to know if this was an accident. Lydia explained that she always drinks the same smoothie with Allison. However, this time Holly substituted it, causing Lydia to have an allergic reaction, which didn't seem like a random coincidence to her. Why did Lydia always felt suspicious of that girl? Later, Tyler confessed to Lydia about his careless behavior towards Holly at the party that night. Lydia was disappointed in Tyler. Holly's actions made everything clearer. Lydia urged Tyler to tell Allison everything, and he agreed to confess soon to sort out the mess. Tyler tried to contact Allison, but she refused. Finally, he texted her, asking to meet him at the beach. When Allison arrived, Tyler confessed everything to her, but Allison already knew because Holly had told her. Allison felt hurt and betrayed. She was upset that Tyler had let her befriend Holly all this time. She felt deceived. Tyler tried to explain they had broken up, but Holly had told Allison that Tyler would break up with her and come back to her. Allison left in pain and anger, telling Tyler never to contact her again. Tyler drove home in a rage, receiving numerous messages from Holly. She wanted them to be together now that Allison was gone, but Tyler refused. He ignored Holly's texts and calls, frustrating her. He started ignore her, but Tyler didn't listen. The next morning, when Holly arrived at class, she told Tyler he should have texted her last night, it would have been better. At that moment, the principal asked Tyler to leave the classroom and informed him that he would be indefinitely suspended for allegedly assaulting student Elizabeth Viola, and the police had been notified. Tyler had no idea who Elizabeth Viola was, but when the principal revealed the full name as Elizabeth Holly Viola, the horrifying truth dawned on him. When Tyler got home, he immediately took out his laptop and searched for information about Elizabeth Holly Viola on the internet. He learned that Holly had been accused of assaulting a fellow classmate at her previous school. She committed a similar act with another teenager, attacking the girl when the boy didn't leave her for Holly. When the case went to court, Holly was ordered to be held in a hospital. Tyler, shocked and frightened, knew this information. Suddenly, Holly texted him, saying she knew he had looked her up online. Tyler replied that he knew her true identity. Holly asked him if he knew what she would do next. Tonight, Allison's parents are not home. Allison is home alone, feeling that something strange is happening around her. She locks all the doors and makes herself a cup of tea. Sitting on the couch, Allison receives a text from Tyler. He says that Holly is not a good person and she is very dangerous, but Allison dismisses it. She is hurt and doesn't want to talk to him. Then, she receives a call from Holly. Allison struggles internally, unsure whether to pick up the phone or not. Finally, she decides to answer but tells Holly that she can't continue their friendship anymore. Holly understands and tries to reconcile with Allison. She blames everything on Tyler and tries to regain Allison's trust. Suddenly, Allison hears Holly's voice from inside the house and feels scared. She smells gas and rushes into the kitchen to find the gas stove turned on, even though Allison remembers turning it off a while ago. Suddenly a glass shattered, and Allison, startled, not understanding what was happening. She slowly walked past the broken pieces when Holly abruptly grabbed her from behind and knocked her unconscious. Later, Tyler received a message from Holly with a picture of Allison, unconscious. He was terrified and rushed to Holly's house. He called Gil and asked him to come there. Allison woke up finding herself tied to a chair with Holly standing in front of her. Early now, Allison regrets not believing Tyler, who had tried to tell her the truth. Holly mocked Allison for believing everything she said, even her lie about being pregnant. Allison, scared, told Holly that if she let her go, she wouldn't tell anyone what had happened. But Holly said it was too late since she had seen Tyler. Holly believed Tyler loved her, but because of Allison, he wouldn't be with her. Holly threatened Allison to stay away from Tyler, knowing he loved her. But when Allison refused, Holly slapped her. She saw a car pulling into her driveway. Holly thought it was Tyler, but it was actually her stepmother. She taped Allison's mouth shut and left, while Allison struggled to free herself but couldn't. She started screaming. Corian heard her cries for help and found Allison tied to a chair. She tried to free Allison, but when she removed the tape from Allison's mouth, Holly attacked Corian from behind. Hearing this, Allison screamed. Later, Holly sat in front of photos of Tyler, assembling a gun under the red candlelight. When Tyler arrived at Holly's house, he rushed inside and found Holly in the living room. On the floor, she had spread out photos of Tyler, recreating moments they had shared since they first met. Tyler didn't want to waste time with Holly's games and asked where Allison was. But Holly felt uneasy and pressured him to engage. Tyler, fearing what Holly might do, pretended to be distracted by her. Worried he needed to find Allison, he asked Holly, but she just laughed and demanded that he play with her. Tyler angrily asked her. Holly came out the back. Then Tyler went to find Allison. He found a blood-stained shirt, and terrified, Tyler went from room to room but couldn't find Allison. Tyler entered the room that Holly had set aside for him and saw images of himself and Allison surrounded by candles. He was angry and scared. He returned to where Holly was standing and asked her again about Allison. Meanwhile, something small dripped from the ceiling onto his forehead. Tyler looked up and discovered Allison hanging unconscious from the ceiling. He quickly brought her down and untied her. He rushed to save Allison, laid her on the floor, and tried to wake her up. Luckily, Allison opened her eyes. Miss Holly went back to her room to get her gun, unaware that Tyler was poker stick to defend himself. He tried to lead Allison out of the house, but all the doors were locked. Tyler led Allison through Holly's room door, but suddenly Holly appeared and pointed the gun at both of them. If it were shot, she demanded Tyler drop the poker stick. Tyler, scared, tried to navigate the situation by apologizing to Holly and saying the night they spent together was special. Holly was very pleased to hear Tyler say that, believing they were a perfect match. But when Tyler suggested she put the gun away, Holly realized his deception. She aimed the gun straight at Allison, full of anger. Tyler, terrified, pleaded with her, saying the fault was his, not Allison's. He insisted that if anyone had to endure her wrath, it should be him. Afterward, Tyler confessed to Holly that he loved Allison. Just then, Gil appeared and distracted Holly. In her panic, Holly accidentally shot Tyler in the shoulder, causing him to fall to the ground. Allison worried about Tyler. Holly didn't mean to hurt him. Then Tyler and Gil moved closer to Holly. Holly fired the gun, but Gil quickly ducked to avoid the bullet. Taking advantage of Holly's distraction, Allison seized the opportunity and struck her with the poker stick, causing Holly to fall into the pool. Gil and Allison hurried to Tyler's side. Soon after, the ambulance arrived in time to save both Holly and Tyler. Finally, Holly found a replacement for Tyler, this time the paramedic who promised to be there for her. Sometime later, Tyler recovered from his injury, and he and Allison got back together. Lee organized a birthday party for Tyler's sister Tiffany, with friends and family. Everything seemed to return to normal.